Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. It is Sabrina here, and we are on day 4. Can you believe we're already on day 4 of the Manifestation for Success Challenge? So, if you've made it this far, congratulations. You have shown to yourself that you are 100% committed and that you are trying to make the changes that you need to make by being consistent and by doing the work. So just really wanted to congratulate you. Today on day 4, we are going to be talking about manifestation in action. Really important. So what we've been doing is we have been building the pillars up until this point. We've been laying the groundwork for you to understand little tidbits of what it will take in order to successfully manifest what you desire in your life. And as I mentioned on day 1, I'm going to be honest. This is not going to give you all of the tools, but it will set you up on the right path to understand really and truly how to manifest. So we are here today to talk about decision making and to talk about action, because oftentimes individuals get stuck. They do all this work and then they get to the point where they need to make decisions and then they're stuck. And so decisions really shouldn't be that hard. In fact, making a decision that can and will change your life should be one of the easiest things that you do in your life. Your whole life is impacted by the power of decision making. It really and truly is. This is a mental activity as anything else that we've talked about. This is a mental activity that only you can control. And how you manage this power is going to determine your success. Your overall health in mind, body, spirit, relationships with your family, your professional career is all dependent on your ability to make sound decisions. It's a huge responsibility, and successful manifestation requires that you make quick and sound decisions followed by action. And so before we get into the meat and potatoes, I wanted to do a quick check-in. How is everyone doing? How are you finding the training this week? How are you finding the workbook and going through the tasks? How has it been impacting you? How are you feeling? Really just wanted to check in. Share with us in the comments where you're at in this process, where you're at in this challenge. It's okay. It's okay if you're struggling. It's okay if you have questions, because that's what we're here for. So this is your gentle reminder. This is your gentle push to complete the daily homework tasks and to comment done, because you're holding yourself accountable. It gives you that extra motivation. And then I've sweetened the deal, because every time you hold yourself accountable and you complete your task, it earns you a ballot towards this giveaway. So there's no reason really not to do it. You chose to be a part of this challenge because you wanted to make some changes. So here I am giving you the platform to be able to do that. So keep those comments coming, keep those images coming, the videos of when you did that release activity of what is no longer serving you. Keep all of that coming. The breakthrough calls are going fantastic. I love it. I love how you are all vulnerable and sharing things with me, and really how we're able to move past that and come up with some strategic plans for each and every one of you. So a reminder, this is free to you in this training. I will drop a link for you to be able to book your calls after this video. And there will be a live video on Saturday. So because we had a Tuesday start, tomorrow, Saturday morning at 11 a.m., I'm going to be coming here live for the final training. And this one I'm excited about. We're going to be talking about actual tools that you can do to aid you in the manifestation process. And we're going to be doing a live question and answer. So later today, I'm going to be dropping a post where you can put any questions that you have. No question is wrong. No question is silly. And I will address that in the live tomorrow. So this is your opportunity. If you've had a burning question, look for that post later today so you can drop it in there. Okay, so let's discuss decision making. So the main barrier that really keeps someone, in a state of indecision is worry. There's that worry that comes up again, right? We talked about that, the fear, the worry. And worry is a state of mind that is based on your fears. That's what fuels your worry state of mind. All your fears are translated into this state of mind of worry, and it's really and truly caused by indecision. So therefore, it's a state of mind that you can control. You can eliminate the habit of worry by reaching a decision. Because the bottom line is, in life, decision making, whether big decisions, small decisions, are something that is unavoidable. You need to learn how to move past your worry and fears so that you can make decisions, so that you can remove yourself from this state of mind of perpetual worry and fear. It's really important because worry, in essence, then breeds ambivalence, which then breeds indecision, and it becomes this cyclical pattern that is really difficult to get out of. So what do you think underlies all of this fear, all of these worries? I often say that one of the main reasons individuals have fears is because of the way they view themselves. There is something that is holding you back. There is something that you are thinking about yourself that is holding you back from making decisions. Someone who shows up confidently into the world, they don't have a hard time making decisions. In fact, studies show that the behavior of successful CEOs, business owners, global leaders, they all have one thing in common. And that one thing in common is the ability to make decisions. And they make these decisions confidently. And they do it because they have a strong self-image and a strong belief in themselves. But the other piece that is really important is that they then follow it up with action. So they make quick, sound decisions, and then they immediately follow it up with action. Because what happens? What happens if you've made a decision and then you don't act on it right away? Do you then start to fall into that pattern of worrying, second guessing, doubting? If you've ever experienced that, where you've actually made a decision but then don't follow it up with action, drop me a wave below, raise your hand. And so it's really important that once you've made a decision, you follow it up with action. Decision making brings order to your mind. And then this order, if you allow it, shows up in your world through action, through the behaviors you choose to take based on the decision that you have made. Because once we've reached a decision, we will then follow a definite plan of action, and our mind will no longer be unsettled. It won't be unsettled. It'll be clear. You will have clarity. You'll come out from the fog. It's really important. And so last time I did a live and I talked about decision making and following up with action, I had this really simple math problem, and a lot of individuals liked it and they related to it. So I'm going to say it here again for those of you who are new and haven't seen my trainings before. So I have a very simple math question for you that's going to illustrate what I'm talking about. So there are 5 frogs that are sitting on a log, and 4 of the frogs decide to jump off. So how many frogs are left on that log? What was your answer? Drop it in the comments below before I give you the right answer. Did you answer 1? Well, I hate to tell you, but the correct answer is still 5. And that's because there's a difference between deciding and actually doing. Do you see how powerful that is? And so have you experienced this in your own life? I'd like to hear from you. We tend to make a lot of decisions, right? New Year's resolutions come around. We just experienced that. We make all these resolutions. We're going to, decide to eat healthier. We may decide to go back to school and get another degree, or get a degree for the first time. We may decide to start a business. However, all of these decisions really and ultimately mean nothing. They mean nothing. You can decide that you will begin to manifest. But if you do not follow up this decision of manifestation, of visualizing and figuring out what it is you want in your life, if you do not follow that up with action, you will remain in the same place. It's inevitable. So in order to make a decision mean anything at all, we need to take action. It's a must. This concept really is so simple, yet most people never move from deciding to action. And they do not get into the habit of taking action, and then they do not accomplish all that they could be accomplishing. By getting into the habit of putting ideas and decisions into action, then you're going to be in a better position to achieve the results that you desire. You are going to be in a better position to manifest what it is that you want in your life. A lot of individuals, they say that if you focus on your visualization and you have it clear in your mind what it is you want to manifest, that's all that you require. But that's not it. You also need to take action. You need to behave in a manner as if you've already achieved what it is that you desire. And so I'll give you an example. Sabrina Martelli, as a successful coach who has $1 million business, is not going to second guess decisions around advertising, marketing, what works best and what doesn't best. That Sabrina in that version is going to follow her intuition. She's going to be confident. She's going to make her decisions, and then she's going to do actions. And so that's the type of thing that you need to bring forward when I'm talking about action in order to make manifestation successful. Your beliefs become your thoughts. Your thoughts become your words. Your words become your actions. Your actions become your habits. Your habits become your values. And your values become your destiny. It's a very powerful statement. And can you see how the sequence works? So let's talk about this. Let's talk about this in some detail. You've made a decision. How many of you have made a decision and then feel stuck? You feel paralyzed. You begin to second guess. How many of you have done that? Drop stuck in the comments below if that's been you. And so this is because you did not follow through with action. This is the reason why. And so what I would say is that how do we cultivate this action taking? How do we cultivate it? Well, there are some steps. One is you stop waiting until conditions are perfect. Oh my gosh, this is one that I used to struggle with all the time. Well, it's not the right time. Maybe when my kids are older, I'll have more time. Maybe once I pay off my line of credit, it'll be the right time. So if you are waiting for everything to be perfect in order to get started on something, you will be waiting forever. You will be waiting forever. Things will never be perfect. There will always be something that is not right or that could be better. Always you will find something. There is no perfect time. There is only the present time. You must take action now. And you can make adjustments as you move along. The important part is that you've taken action. I know the perfect time to start was last year, and the second best time is right now. So don't wait. Don't keep yourself stuck and then a year from now wished you had made a decision today. There is no perfect time. Secondly, you need to stop overthinking things. Oh, another one. If you haven't already guessed this about me, I tend to have a type A personality. I would always overthink things. Want to figure out all the potential scenarios. But what happens when you're trying to figure out all the potential scenarios? You're not trying to figure out the potential scenarios of how something could work. You're trying to talk yourself out of it. And that's because it's your old paradigm talking. So true. If you're an overthinker, drop overthinker in the comments below. So when we overthink things, we start to get paralysis of analysis. It's a real thing, paralysis of analysis. So we start to analyze things to the point that we cannot move forward. We are paralyzed. We obsess over how conditions aren't perfect. We question the amount of time we have to commit. We come up with a whole host of reasons not to move forward. So that's the second thing. You need to stop overthinking. Manifestation does not happen to the overthinkers. Manifestation does not happen if you're waiting for things to be perfect. And the third step, you need to eliminate distractions. Manifestation does not happen if you are not focusing your attention on what you want. So have you ever jumped on your computer, let's say, to write an article or to do some work, and then you start to get distracted because you start responding to emails, or you start checking your social media networking sites, or you start searching the internet. You see a link off to the side, you're like, oh, that looks neat. If we live in a world of this increasing noise. There's so many distractions that are so readily available to us. And this noise causes distractions that prevent us from being productive. And then what does that do? It gives us an excuse to procrastinate. We need to focus in. And we need to drown out the distractions. If you do that, you will gain momentum from your production Because what is procrastination? Procrastination really is indecision. And then you're back to that cycle that I talked about. Fourthly, you need to focus on the present. Manifestation does not happen if you're worrying about the past or if you're worrying about the what ifs of the potential future that hasn't even arrived. You need to focus on the here and the now. There's an old Chinese proverb, and it says this: the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. It's now. Yes, if we had planted those seeds 20 years ago, we would have had a full-grown tree that would provide us with shade and fruit. We would have that right now. But if we don't plant that tree now, then 20 years in the future, we're still going to be standing in the sun with no fruit. We need to focus on what we can do in the present moment. It's really important. And so I ask you this. Are you ready? Are you ready to make a decision and take action? They need to go hand in hand. Are you ready to make that decision today and then follow it up with action? Some of you who are watching today or are watching on a replay, you've attended some or all of my trainings. And for some, this may be the first time that you've been a part of one of my trainings. I say to you that you find yourself here for a reason. The universe has led you here for a reason. It is screaming at you. It is giving you signs. It's led you here because you have a calling in your very being. You have something that is driving you, that is wanting to come out. And as of today, enrollment is now open for my individualized coaching program that I developed from the ground up. This program can be used for personal growth or business growth or both. I've successfully run multiple businesses, and I've taken all of my years of experience providing psychotherapy, my professional service, my training with the Proctor Gallagher Institute through the Thinking into Results program, and I've created this intense one-on-one coaching program that's going to be tailored to your needs. And I will challenge you. I will challenge you with accountability mechanisms. We will dive deep into your paradigms, and you will be immersed in behavior change to shift your negative core beliefs that are no longer serving you permanently. And so I was like you. I had all the fears, worries, self-doubt. I wasn't sure how I was going to be able to afford something like this. But now I sit here and I am living in my purpose. There's no greater feeling than waking up in the morning, every morning, and truly loving all aspects of my life. And so this program that I've developed is normally $24.97 USD. I am going to be taking $200 off. But on top of that, I have the special announcement that I was talking about yesterday. And so I am all about continuing to learn and grow and develop. And so I am in the throes of developing a signature course for my Be a Diamond coaching program. It's going to be a self-run 6-week course It's going to have a combination of material to read, tasks to complete, worksheets to do, videos to watch. It's going to have opportunities for Q&As. It is looking amazing. I am going to throw this course in for free to the first 5 people who choose to enroll with me in my individualized coaching program. This is a $14.97 USD value that you are going to be getting for free with a whole host of other things. And so later today, I'll be sure to post all of this information. And so I ask you again, are you ready to make that decision and take action? If you're ready to start your journey with me and be one of those first 5, I want you to drop action in the comments below. And if you haven't already had your call and you're feeling like you need to, before you make that decision, and you want to talk this through, drop call in the comments below. So don't forget, later today, there's going to be a homework post. There's going to be a post where you can drop your questions, any questions that you have for the live Q&A tomorrow. And I will drop information about this offer, which will expire Wednesday next week at midnight Eastern Standard Time. And it's going to go fast, because I bet there's a lot of 5 people that want to get in on that free course as well. I appreciate each and every one of you. Sabrina.